Let's roll. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Buena Vista Township regular meeting, February 27th, 2023. We'll start with a roll call.
Mr. Krenzer?
Here.
Mr. Bernard?
Here.
Mrs. Testa?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mayor Ruggieri?
Here. On January 10th, 2023, notice of this meeting was mailed to the Daily Journal, the press, and duly posted in the main lobby of the municipal complex. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. I'd like to ask everyone to rise for the flag salute. Aaron, do you mind? Yep.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of minutes. We had the workshop meeting February 13th, 2023.
Need a motion and a second to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Abstain.
Renard?
Here. Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
Abstention is noted. Announcements, presentations, discussions, there are none, so mayor's report.
A few quick things tonight. I spoke to Station Commander Lieutenant Schulke at the Buena Barracks yesterday and got a quick recap over the last 30 days. There were 189 vehicle stops, 25 criminal investigations, 2 violent crimes in BVT over that 30-day period. As always, I'd like to thank the New Jersey State Police for their continued efforts to keep BVT as a community as safe as possible. I spoke to Superintendent Capuccio this morning with just a few quick updates on the schools. We'll go starting with the high school. The media center is nearing completion. It should be ready to utilize by the end of March. The athletics complex project has been awarded with work beginning this summer. Milanese cafeteria expansion is almost finished. This will be ready to use in the very near future. And lastly, on the schools, the fencing and guardrail material has been fully installed around the new driveway bordering the parking lot of Collings Lakes Elementary. Quick update from the Buena Historical Society. They have a public program at their new building, 201 Kennedy Drive in Landisville, that will be March 22nd at 7:30 p.m. This will be a meet and greet with author Nelson Johnson, who wrote Boardwalk Empire. Quick reminder on bulk trash, this will be this Saturday, March 4th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at our Public Works yard. As always, I encourage everybody, please take advantage of this service. We continue to struggle with illegal dumping throughout BVT. This is a free service that we do once a month, and please spread the word. We take really just about everything at Public Works, and you know, I would much rather it be brought there than us have to police it, you know, out of a wood line or, you know, one of our public roadways. Lastly, I want to give a massive thank you to our fire companies, both locally and beyond, for their collective efforts on Valentine's Day. We had a large structure fire on Landis Avenue the night of the 14th. These guys really pulled together quickly and efficiently to get this thing under control. On behalf of myself, the Township Committee, and BVT as a whole, I want to thank our fire companies, past, present, and future, for the work they do for our community. And that's all I have for my report tonight.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Number 7, ordinances for introduction, first reading. We have 127-2023, which is amending, revising, and supplementing the Township Code with the addition of Chapter 95, cannabis establishments, and supplementing Chapter 259, which is cannabis transfer and user tax.
Need a motion and a second to introduce 127-2022.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer?
Yes.
Renard?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
The public hearing for this ordinance will take place on Monday, March 13th, if I have that correct, yes, at 7 p.m. here at the Municipal Complex. Ordinances for public hearing, second reading, there are none. 60, we have public comment on current agenda items only. In order for the committee to comment or to conduct business of the township in the most productive manner possible. Meeting attendees will be given 2 minutes, all-inclusive, to comment on any agenda items without comment or question from the committee, but only on items specified on the agenda listed for the current meeting. Please step up to the microphone at the appropriate time and state your name and address for the record. Resolution 62-2023 is authorizing the payment of bills in the amount of $3,601, or $601,095.11. It's a lot of numbers in that one. The school board tax, for the record, is $1,883,346, and the Atlantic County tax for this quarter is $859,331.57. Consent agenda includes items of business which are not controversial and do not require individual discussion. A motion approving the consent agenda is moved, seconded, and voted upon as one item by the Township Committee. If any discussion is requested on a consent agenda item, it is removed from the consent agenda to the regular agenda. Resolution 63-23, authorizing the issuance of street opening permits to South Jersey Gas. 64-23 is calling for immediate moratorium on offshore wind development. 65-23 is authorizing an application for a LEAP grant to study fire and EMS county centralized dispatching. 66-23 is awarding the bid for the reconstruction of Jackson Road Phase 1 to Arawak Paving Company, Inc. 67-23 is awarding the bid for the MLK bathrooms renovations to Capri Construction, Inc. 68-23 is granting a leave of absence to Brian Johnson, Director of Public Works. And 69-23 is reinforcing Township Code Chapter 279, which is operation and use restrictions for all-terrain vehicles.
We need a motion and a second to open to the public on agenda items only.
Motion.
Second.
Come on down.
Good evening. My name is Fred Akers. I'm with the Great Egg Harbor River Council and Watershed Association. And I just read your resolution, and I think you beat me to the punch here. But this is a really big issue that the River Council is concerned about. You can see the resolution they did in December. We're trying to get all the River Council towns interested in this. You may have seen in Hamilton Township in the paper, we got some press trying to protect Gravelly Run down there. So on my street and 9th Street, Sundays is the fun day with many, many vehicles, and the state police can't really do anything. So I've been working on this for over 20 years because in addition to public safety, it's also harming the environment, in a lot of places. And power line right-of-ways are a big issue that we're trying to work on with the electric company. So anyways, it's difficult to enforce, so the next best thing is deterrence. So, and we've been working on this, and I talked to a state police, and he was like, well, the last thing we want to do is, take a kid's dirt bike away from him, and destroy it. That's the last thing we want to do. And my response to that is, well, you need more tools in your toolbox. So if you have this tool and you are lucky enough to catch somebody, you can at least tell them, okay, I'll let you go this time, but next time this is what could happen. Maybe that'll be a deterrent, maybe not, but it's kind of like the best we can do for now. So anyways, I appreciate your initiative tonight, and thanks a lot. I don't know if you have any questions or.
Well, I'll reiterate to your point, Fred. Saturday, Sunday, those hot spots are like drag strips with ATVs. And beyond, the environmental impact, there's the safety aspect. You see at least 2 or 3 weekends a month, you will see, a near miss, or an accident, where you have, on a roadway or roadway adjacent, one of these things go down and wipe out. I think a lot of this is common sense, and I think, a lot of this really does stem, because you can tell when you have these main drags where you have trucks, and trailers, they're not local. They're coming from an extended period. If you were local, you would leave your backyard and enter a body of woods. And I think the word is out that this area just has a lot of acreage, and I think we're inundated with a lot of our neighbors that, might be a little more developed and don't have the pathways to run these things. And I think, to your point, that kind of takes away some of the equity in the transaction as well, that when you're in the woods, and you're leaking oil or you're throwing trash, it's not your community as well, I think, which kind of adds, a little to the stakes. But yeah, I mean, whatever we can do to get teeth into this, just because it's kind of it's nearing epidemic proportions right now, that, in like your Collings Lakes and your Newtonvilles, the weekends are just completely, the Canes Mill Road is, you can stay in one stationary spot and see, 100 dirt bikes in a span of 90 minutes. So yeah, whatever this needs to do to get traction, you guys have our full support at the committee level.
Well, there's another tool in the packet that I don't know if you'd be interested in or not, and that's prohibiting the refueling of illegal vehicles at gas stations. Because I see that, people gangs go to the gas station to fuel their tanks, and some of the towns Vineland has passed that. So they made an ordinance, I think Pleasantville passed that.
Okay.
So that's another one that you can do in addition to the contraband one. But thanks a lot, we'll keep working on it.
I remember
you, Fred.
about 10 or 15 years ago, they were going to put it in Monroe Township, the park,
Yeah, it's state park.
and we went to the meeting to try to oppose it.
Yeah, well, there's some myths out there, and one of the big myths is that the people that ride these things would go to a legal place if there was one.
No.
And I've been working on this for 20 years, that is an absolute myth. There's already the Field of Dreams in Millville. You got Ready to Ride in Egg Harbor Township. They won't go to a legal place. They don't want a trailer there, they don't want to pay, they don't want to follow any rules.
They're even going into residential neighborhoods now with their trucks and trailers. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable, because
Yeah.
I know where I live, it has become ridiculous on the weekends. And I even have somebody almost every night at 11 o'clock doing this with, one of these ATVs. It's insane.
The Oaks of Weymouth did a handout, I haven't got a copy of it yet, to all their residents there, that this is a problem, but don't engage the riders, because they don't want anybody to get hurt or have an altercation. So it's like,
Right.
it's like a big problem,
Oh, it is.
but we're working on it, and we're gonna hopefully raise the awareness, and maybe it'll do something, I don't know, but.
Thank you.
Well, I have a
Thank you.
slight thing. You had said when you came up to that, you don't think that, or it's an extreme thing to take their bike if they get caught. Why? Why not take their bike? How many bikes do you think you have to take before the message gets around?
Well, the deterrent, maybe you need some examples. So far with this new law, I haven't really seen in the press that somebody was apprehended and they lost their ride. But maybe that's coming. I'm keeping my eye out for it. So maybe we need some examples for other people to.
I think one of the things is we should be able to stop them or report them if they're not licensed, because I know when they were going through my area, nobody has a license on their bike.
No, it's not required. We work I work with Pine Ridge Preservation Alliance. It took us 10 years to get one piece of legislation
Right.
that increased the fines. And this is one issue that I'm really remembering that I had in common with Mayor Chiarello. And I think Chuck had one of those near miss occasions where he was driving and the riders were all around acting erratic, and he was like, man, this is bad, we need to do stuff.
I just saw on the Dorothy Estelle Facebook page over the weekend, one of these guys came out on the road, laid down the dirt bike, smashed into the side of somebody's car, got back on the bike,
Took off.
and just went. And there's
Yep.
pieces of, the whole side section of the car is just laying on the side of the road. And this guy, there's no identify, the guy's got a helmet on, there's no license plate, anything to that effect,
But I think a lot of parents don't realize how dangerous these things are. And, they're like, oh, my kid's gonna just go, he's going in the pits. It's like, okay, but it's dangerous.
It is very.
It is.
But anyways, thanks for your time.
Thank
Keep
you,
up the
Fred.
good work.
Fred, thank
Thank
you
you.
for
Thanks,
the
Fred.
letter, too.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Need a motion to close on agenda items only.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We need a motion and a second to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer,
Yes.
Bernard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes. And we need a motion and a second to adopt consent agenda resolution 63 through 69.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Krenzer,
Yes.
Bernard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes.
Number
What do you have for us tonight,
Oh,
Lisa? I'm
just-
going to steal your thunder.
rabies clinic is this Saturday at the Richland Volunteer Fire Company, which is located right off of Harding Highway on Main Avenue. We will be there at 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We have a veterinarian that's coming in from Amora. So we will be there all day, so you don't have to come and rush right at 9:30 and get in line. Please take your time. We will do dogs, cats. Dogs must be leashed. If they have an issue around any other animals with any type of biting, just please make sure that they are muzzled for the time that they are with us. And all cats must be in a carrier or on a harnessed leash, so that way they are actually contained. But we will take anything that walks in the door. We will provide rabies certificates for that day as well, and you can license your animals. It is required to have your pets, dogs and cats licensed in Buena Vista Township. So you could do that on location as well if you would like. Any information, just contact our clerk's office, 856-697-2100, extension 10. Or you can go on our website, buenavistanj.com, for much more information regarding this. And then we will have another one, which is 2 weeks after that in Collins Lake. So we're doing one kind of on the east side and one on the north side of Buena Vista Township for the ease of all the residents. So catch us at either of those two locations all day, and we will make sure that your pets are taken care of.
Perfect.
That's it.
All right, we're going to jump over to committee reports, and we'll start with you. Aaron, what do you have for us?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Just have a couple things to go over here. Public Works update. The guys or the team is getting ready for spring. They're picking up trash. They're doing roadside grass right now, cleaning drains for some potential rain that we have coming in, and really getting the baseball fields ready for use. So we're excited about that. They are putting a lot of effort into maintenance on a lot of our equipment too. They are ready for snow if we do get snow, but we haven't had it, so I don't know if we will. But again, we got big trash this weekend at Public Works. What time are they there at, Lisa?
They start at 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
Yep, 8 to 12. So please come and drop your stuff off. We're still seeing a lot of garbage on roadside and dumps that people are dumping all over the place, which is really frustrating. So, we do these public works drop-offs so you can bring your trash there and get it taken care of. So please do that. And also, the past week, we put up several new Buena Vista Township welcome signs throughout the township. A lot of them were sprayed with graffiti. Fortunately, we were able to get graffiti-proof signs.
They are UV protected and graffiti protection as well.
Yep. So our Public Works team was out there, the next day cleaning them and stuff. But again, it takes time, and it's the tax-paying dollars that are going to clean up the mess that the community creates to some degree. So it's a little frustrating there. Also, just a couple things here from our special events. The Easter egg hunt is Saturday, April 1st at noon, Michael W. Park. We also have the community yard sale on May 13th, and that is at Michael W. Park also. Our new event is going to be the Food Truck Festival, and that's on Saturday, June 17th, 9 to 2. We do have several trucks that have already RSVP'd, a couple more interested, so it's going to be a great event. And then finally, on July 1st, we have a car show and fun festival. The car show details will start appearing online this week, along with the sign-up sheet there. We're excited about that and looking forward to get back into having our community show their cars off. Other than that, Mayor, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Kurt, we're going to jump over to you. What do you have tonight?
We can jump right out. I don't have nothing tonight.
Okay.
Thanks.
Deputy Mayor Testa.
Well, I thought that the newsletter we put out that we all received this week was very informative and very great, because it did mention all the events that we're going to have in Buena Vista. And the two new events being the Food Truck Festival and the Car Show. And after I had gone to the Food Truck Festival in Violent, I was really excited about it and went to Lisa suggesting this, and she took it upon herself to contact all these vendors that I had gotten their names from Vineland to get them to come in for the Food Truck Festival. And I'm hoping we get a lot more and that it should be a huge success like it is in Vineland, because these food truck festivals are extremely successful wherever they are. And I hope everybody will come out and enjoy it.
Perfect. John, we're going to jump over to you. What do you have for us?
Okay, on February 9th, I attended the environmental meeting, and as everybody mentioned, April 1st, we have the Easter egg hunt, and there's going to be giveaways from environmental, and we will also assist special events with 3,000 eggs. On April 8th, we have a rain barrel demonstration, and then on ACUA composting workshop, we're at the MLK Center working on a date of either June 3rd or June 13th. The tree distribution is going to be on April 28th, and as everybody mentioned, the Food Truck Festival is on June 17th from 9 to 2, and then the car show on July 1st. I also attended the 5440 shuttle meeting on the 16th, and some of the passenger updates are that we did from our study that we did last year is 5440 is up 12% in December, and 63% don't have a vehicle. 38% were recommended by a friend or family member, and 23% heard about the shuttle from their employer. The shuttle arrival on time is generally pleased. Some passengers depend on the shuttle to get to work. English Creek expressed the need for a reliable, timely pickup in Vineland and Hamilton Mall, and many riders requested bus stops. I also attended the zoning board meeting on the 16th, and they worked on a minor subdivision, but they found that there wasn't not enough information for the approval, so it'll be delayed.
Where was the subdivision?
I was the Sicking brothers, Peter Sicking and the Sicking brothers, minor subdivision of their property. Okay, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Mayor, I have one more thing. A couple of us, the past, 2 weeks ago, Lisa, we went and visited the Buena Historical Society's new location. It's the old VFW building over in Buena Borough. And Bill, what road is it on?
It's on Kennedy.
Yeah, on Kennedy. The building is great. It's a big room building. They're able to display a lot of the artifacts and historical data, as well as pictures, maps, things like that. So they're getting it up and running, so please, if you're over that way, stop in, say hello. It's a pretty neat building, and they're going to do a great job over there, hanging everything and making it more accessible to our community, both in Buena Vista and the borough. So,
201 Kennedy Drive in Landisville, and it's a white block building.
and they
That used
spent a
to
lot
be
of
the
time
old
painting
VFW.
and cleaning and going right through it. So the mayor and I were able to take a look at it firsthand, so it was very nice.
And then I'll just piggyback again on kind of special events as a whole. We have probably more planned this year than we have in just about any other year, between the core stuff that we always do and the new stuff that we've added. Really, guys, I mean, these are all free events, and with any of these, the most important ingredient is the community. So I'm hoping, I mean, really, the last big event we had was the Holiday Toy Drive, which completely exceeded expectations. The line was outside of the building into the parking lot. I'm hoping we can sustain that momentum, you know, with our warmer weather events going into the new year. A lot of time and energy and money and resources go into these events, so please get the word out. We have literally a jam-packed calendar over like the next 180 days, so I encourage everybody to come out and spend some time with us.
I just wanted to add one more thing. I was pleased to see the authorization application for the LEAP grant to study the fire and EMS county centralized dispatching, because that was mentioned at the municipal officials meeting by John Risley Commissioner John Rosalie, and he also mentioned that at the League of Municipalities. So that was good to see that, because that we're doing those kind of things.
All right, public comment.
Before that, I just want to add one thing. Being that we did the two resolutions, the one for the reconstruction of Jackson Road and the other one for the MLK Center bathrooms. First and foremost, we're also going to be going out very shortly for the second phase of Jackson Road. It will start out at 54 and work its way to the community center. This is a DOT project, which is done completely from grant money from the state of New Jersey. But while we work on that, we will advertise as soon as we start to do it. We know that that's a very highly traveled road. But our WAC, once we hopefully get these two phases together, we'll get it done pretty swiftly. So just want to notify the public, our anticipation is to have that done this spring, so just keep an eye out for any type of detours or any type of, shutdowns, or just please plan accordingly. If it's a one-lane traffic, it's a pretty long way to get from that area with no other outside exit. Also, the MLK Center bathrooms, we're going to be moving pretty swiftly on that as well. We're hoping to get it done prior to June. We need to be available and ready to go for elections, as that is a polling location. But we will be doing both the bathrooms at the MLK Center. They're going to be completely torn out, completely gutted, made accessible, ADA accessible as well, and we are doing the doors to make them also ADA accessible. So please excuse our appearance over the next several months that happen over at the MLK Center. There may be a couple different changes, whether it's food drop-offs, or food drives may be located somewhere else on the property. Some events that may have happened as well, public events, we may unfortunately have to postpone or cancel, just to make sure that we don't have any issues with renovations that are happening. But I'm really glad to see that we were able to bring this to fruition. This has been 3 years of trying to get money enough. Again, this is all done by grant money through Atlantic County Improvement Authority. So I'm glad to see a lot of these improvements that we could do to our facilities that will be long-lasting, that are done by grant money. So just wanted to make that announcement. Please, again, plan accordingly. And any questions, give the township a call.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you, Lisa.
And public comment. The committee welcomes participation of interested organizations and individuals during regular caucus, workshop, and special meetings. However, in order to conduct the business of the township in the most productive manner possible, attendees will be given 4 minutes, all-inclusive, including all dialogue, questions, and responses from both the speaker and the committee for the designated public portion of the meeting. There may be no transference of a speaker's time to other attendees, so please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
We need a motion and a second to open to the public.
Motion to open?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good evening, Marvin Askins, Franklin Township, a property owner in Buena Vista Township. First, I'd like to compliment the committee on reestablishing, taking the initiative to get car shows going again. You said particulars will be out this week, but one key question, is there going to be a registration fee?
Yes.
Do you know how much it's going to be?
It's $10 per vehicle.
Okay, that's one. Two, and while I was sitting there, the light bulb went on again. One of my pet peeves is Mike Debbie's, and the communities, part of the communities, the concession stand. And it just dawned on me, have you ever considered contacting the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, or CREDA, to see if you can get money from them? Because I hear all things like you need the fire suppression system, you need this, to the point of tearing the building down. Now, one thing for sure, the giving is, it's needed, and today, to my knowledge, nothing's been done to correct it. So in terms of that, you never know unless you ask. Why don't you look into contacting CREDA to see if you can get some money to maybe even tear it down and rebuild it? That's it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Committeeman Williams and I, when did we go out there and we met a contractor out there to really walk through the building, make sure that it was, number one, safe to continue to use still, and what would it take to get the building up and running and that. So we met with him, maybe in the fall, I think, John, is when we did. And he walked
Yeah,
us through a
it
couple
was.
different things and that. And of course, it was just, on speculation without diving into it. But he threw some numbers out there. So we do have a couple numbers that would get us to that good visibility of using it for the community as well as for the township too. Lisa, are you aware of any CREDA money? or-
I mean, I'm familiar with the casino redevelopment. We had a CREDA, I guess I would say, it really was not a grant here previously in Buena Vista. It was several years ago and prior to me coming. But I was very well aware of the CREDA money that was previously provided, but it wasn't provided as a grant-free. It was provided in a payback certain way for a certain percentage. So I don't have any issues reaching out to them. I can see what programs, if any, that would be eligible, or see if they do. I'm all for free money.
Absolutely.
So I'll beg which agency that will provide it. But I am familiar with the casino redevelopment. But again, sometimes they don't give out for free unless it's specifically in Atlantic City, but I will check.
Right.
But I appreciate
If
that.
not free, maybe there's something in there that it's
Mm-hmm.
close to free, like 0 interest or whatnot.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Bonding, or thinking about bonding, a lot of other things, and I think that should be elevated on the list.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mark.
Marvin.
Okay, Marvin.
Good evening, my name is Ronald Stone, Cranberry Run. Every first and third Wednesday of every month, we have the food bank at Martin Luther King Center in Newtonville. And I would highly recommend that every resident in Buena Vista Township take advantage of it, because the price of food is really sky high. And it's a lot of seniors that comes on a regular that's really needed, and I appreciate if they hear, whoever's listening to this show would take advantage of this food bank, because it's really good.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa, is there a way we can put that on our social media page as far as just as a reminder? Maybe pop
Yeah.
that in, every once in a
Yeah,
while?
We have it in our newsletter that just went out. Our hometown newsletter went out to everybody as well.
Okay.
We advertise for that. It's on the calendar, but I can put out a separate flyer. We used to do that monthly, actually, during COVID,
Got it.
about all the
Yeah.
things, but we could
Just
put
get it on
something back
social
out.
media, then people can share it and maybe
Yeah.
gain a little bit more traction.
Yeah, I do know our director of the MLK Center has even gone above and beyond to individuals who are not able to get out of their home, and he delivers to them as well. So I appreciate Quentin for when he does that as well. If you're unable to get out of your home, please still call the Martin Luther King Center. We can always have something delivered to you as well. We don't want you to go without, so please make sure you make those arrangements. We will make sure that we get that out to you.
Ron, how has turnout been over the last, 6 months? Is it kind of plateaued? Okay. Okay, perfect.
That's wonderful.
All right. Need a motion and a second to close to the public.
Motion to
Motion.
close.
All in favor?
Aye.
We do not have executive session for this evening, so 16?
And we need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.